Well, it's no different than anyone else, obviously. If they're sitting in the cell all day, they have a lot of pent-up energy. We're trying to give them an outlet to burn up that energy. We don't want them to get in trouble in jail. There's a lot of guys together in the jail at one time. This gives them an opportunity to get out and burn that energy up, but at the same time, it's a chance for them to learn a skill. We prefer to have our inmates work, learn a skill, something they can use when they get out of jail to better themselves and their family. Well, a lot of the people that we have here in the jail have never been taught any skill. They come right out of a school setting, or maybe they finish high school, maybe they don't. They come here, they can get a GED, which leads to a lot of things, a lot of jobs where you have to have a GED to be able to get hired. So that's the first step. And then beyond that, maybe these guys haven't had someone mentor them and teach them a skill. They've kind of been left to fend for themselves. And when they're left to fend for themselves, oftentimes they turn to a life of crime, versus in a situation like this where they can learn how to drive a excavator, or learn how to sew, or learn how to weld. And they can take those skills we've taught them through our connection with Manatee Technical College and use that on the outside to get a job, be productive, and put their life on the right track. County jail inmates are only kept here for 11 months, 29 days or less. So that's the maximum we would hold someone on one particular charge. So in the prison system, where they would keep somebody for 5 or 10 years, you can get some continuity with those inmates. Here, we're constantly moving them. One guy might come in for 30 days, he's out here working. Another guy might have 6 months, he's gonna be out here working. So we're constantly having to turn over inmates and find proper inmates that are classified at a level where they can come out to work safely, and that are interested in learning the skill, and that's the big difference. Well, we utilize the inmate commissary fund very well. So the inmate commissary fund is the money that is made off of the sale of commissary or phone calls home. We get a portion of that money. That money goes into an account, and that money has to be used for the benefit of the inmates. We can't use it to pay the power bill, or to necessarily do things like feed them, or buy cards for the deputies or anything like that. It has to be used for the benefit of the inmate. So it pays for the GED program. We use it to pay for all the programs you saw today. We're able to take that money to put it in the carpentry shop, to make tables, to sell those tables to the public, and then the sales of that money goes back into the inmate commissary fund. The inmates get to learn the value of making something and selling it, and benefiting back from it. We use that money for anything you can imagine that would benefit an inmate, from basketballs on the EY. We give them the rec time. It pays for all that type of thing. So it's a good use of the money, and it's money that we don't have to use from the taxpayers. This actually comes from the inmate commissary fund, which is totally separate.